Hello, I am Ryan Salazar here, also known as RetroZig81 on the internet. And I do have a legitimate LLC that is registered in Michigan. Now, while I don't have the money to fund my LLC very much, I do have a registered LLC through, through a company, and it's my own business. Yet I I cannot afford to fund it because I just don't have the money or the job right now. Um Look, I do like what is it? So I work with data right now, but um as far as I know, I've got legitimate work at the moment, but it's just you know it's kind of like some job I found on the internet to work with data. Um, so what is it I'm trying to get at here? Um, Trying to explain that because I'm a different kind of a person, because I'm a special person, really, uh, I have people that get jealous of me a lot. And they could be people that I know, they could be people that are my own family, they could be people that are my friends or whatever. There's people that get really jealous of me for being this Shenmue with what I claim in my history. And there's just people, like how to explain it really. You'll find people in life, they're so jealous of you. They make up rumors about you. They say things that are not really true, and they're not even true, but they just want to take your reputation down. They want to make you look really bad so they look better, and so you don't have a good life, so you become like suicidal. And people are like that. There's evil people in the world. I want people to understand there's a lot of evil people in the world that don't want you to have a good reputation. They don't want you to make it in life. They want you to suffer. And so they look better. So other guys get all the girls. Other men get all the women. And I you know, I can't really justify what they're doing. Other guys that might get jealous of me, my history, or whatnot, whatever. Like, how to say this too. I want to say that I've got the type of parents that are like from blast from the past. They don't even let people in the house. So I live in a house where my parents don't let anybody in because they're that 1950s kind of you know republics, whatever you want to call it. Is just they're not, how to say, I'm not trying to make fun of my own family or anything or disrespect my own parents, but there's been a lot of people, there's been girls that wanted to get to know me, and I can't get to know them because uh, I'm unaware of what's really going on around me, and I can't just let people in the house that I'm living in. So, I have a really odd life in Riverview, Michigan, but I I'm trying to avail myself to people, get to know people, and this and that. Like, what can I say? All I have is my cell phone, and I have a cell phone, I have a laptop. I'm even pursuing information technology, now, and that I have some experience with that, but I'm still pursuing it. So there's things going on in my life. But what doesn't help me is like people that say like they wanna um spread rumors. Spreading rumors is stupid, it's wrong, it's evil. what is a rumor? It's just something that people start saying and that everybody starts saying it too. And when everybody starts saying what someone says, oh, it's got to be true. Don't you know what so and so said, and what so and so said? Our other so and so said, and this other so and so said up my ass. Like wow. All these so and so people coming from buttholes. They must really know what they're talking about. Ryan must be a pervert. He must be like a real bad guy. I mean, it's really ridiculous. Some things that I've heard said about me, uh, it could be anything. But maybe, they're playing a prank. Maybe I was playing a prank. There's a lot of dumb shit people will say. And I can't just justify what people are saying, but don't believe everything people say because they're liars. They're liars and they want to ruin my reputation for the rest of my life. Like who do I go to? Which bar do I go to find out this information? Who do I sue? Who do I talk to? Which bartender knows about this that's willing to tell me what's going on, what people are saying about me? Honestly, I don't want nothing to do with the rumors, but what I want to be understood is that, well, I'm here, I'm rubbing my nose, I got bodily functions, I'm a normal human being, but I'm not a bad person. I'm not a bad guy or nothing. It's just, I really get like thinking like, oh, well, that girl turned me down because why? Because I'm different or because like, um, because what? I don't think it's because I'm like Mexican or anything. No, I think it's because oh I'm too different. Maybe they think I'm disabled in some way. And the more the more people that don't accept me, the more women that never or do or if they ever do accept me, whatever, I'm gonna get more disabled or something. Like people are gonna I'm not gonna be able to make it in life. And for me to be a real good person, all around good guy, and I got haters around me, like, where did haters come from? I might as well be black, because isn't that what black people say? Haters. I got haters all around me. Hey, like my family comes from Detroit, and there's what's in Detroit? Lots of African American population, so I can kind of understand, their culture in a way too, but I don't understand why people want to be hating someone. That's you see what I'm talking about? Like when someone wants to hate someone, I can't understand that. Like and I said I can't understand that. I know I'm kind of stuttering or slurring my speech, but what do I got to work with? Holding a cell phone, hoping I don't drop it right on my face. But, uh, I just, all this is speaking my mind. Now, I used to wear cross colors. I even wore Carl Kanai before. Um, it's all about being from Detroit. Um, how to say it? Like, I'm from that generation of the 1990s where, like R&B, hip hop was really cool and Tupac was cool. I was around when Tupac was alive and all those famous rappers that, moved on or stopped rapping so many years ago. I'm from that generation. I'm from the Detroit uh, parts of Michigan in the 90s. Everyone remember 96.3. Everyone remember 95.5. I think it's still around. Um, I'm from this generation, and I usually don't listen to the radio lately, and I'm online. I know I am. I know I'm like kind of like the taboo type of a talk about, Retro Rizuki 81. Not many people want to talk about me, but it's probably partially because of my background. Is like, this Amish kind of it's like an Amish background, and like, I don't know what to say really. There's people that live like the Amish, and they're other cultures, nationalities, religions. Like you could say, maybe you could even say like, people that are from India kind of remind you of the Amish. You know what I mean? Because they have arranged marriages, and they don't allow their kids to be, active, and that, intimately active with other people, like till they're married and whatever. There's people like that, and they're nice, good people. Now, maybe how to say it. Like, I always had this potential to be like the martial artist that I portray myself to be online, but I'm not wanting to be like a good person only. You see, I wanted all these things, but oh, I may have not really known how to be that kind of a guy, Ryuzuki. Um, and that's like from a degree that's like an obsolete degree in a way, but I still have the ability to be, the choreographer in some manners of speaking, for like for the game or for online. Uh, I'm online, like, I've got some things to say. So what I'm saying on here, it's a little personal. Uh, I just want to get personal sometimes, a little bit, but not too personal. I just uh, got nothing to do sometimes with my time. Like right now, it's 1:32. I can't sleep, so I'm on the phone recording a video. Um, like, in Detroit, all there is to do around here, this part of Michigan too. We just People just go to work. If they can work, they go to work. And believe me, I've had different jobs. I've worked. I've done my share of hard work. But, you know, you've got to be able to work if you can work. And they go to work, people around here, they come home, they go get food, they get food at lunchtime, or so what they do, they go to work, they come home, they they get a shower, they go out again later, and then they might go to the store, the grocery store, the clothing store. They might go to Macy's, they might go to Kohl's, they might go to Lowe's, they might go to Home Depot, they might go to the grocery store. People, they do these things, and they might hang out with friends. They might say, "Hey, what are you doing, man? Why don't you hang out with me? Like, I'll hit you up, or I'll call you later." Or like, I want to call that girl. It's all about reputation around here, and it's all about reputation anywhere in life, really. But my reputation when I was younger was that degree. That degree when I was 14 years old, and this girl I dated, get this, she was in this karate class I had, and you know, there's a lot of people that were jealous of me for having this degree after I got it, I think, somehow. There's like royalties from the United States Patent Office, or somehow there are royalties mentioned in the degree I was supposed to be claiming. Um, so there was the royalties. Then there was what I remember also, there was a house. And then there was Um, and I've spoken about this house before, which is not something practical to think I'm gonna go move there now, especially now. Really now the shim is already established in that. And even though it's established too, I don't even think I can really claim the royalties usually because well they got somebody else claiming that they did these moves maybe. I don't know who. Maybe they just don't talk about who did the moves, but that was me. And then they've got then there are these toys or something. I'm not supposed to really. Well, it's not that I'm not supposed to do anything, but the girl I dated, you know about those toys, don't you? Yeah. But it's just crazy how I have to shut up about this stuff and I'm not supposed to shut up or I am supposed to be quiet about it. There was like these vintage Japanese toys. I'm not supposed to know about that. I'm not supposed to know about the Shenmue house getting robbed, uh, people going in there stealing things, selling things online, and someone told me about that on the from the Shenmue group. I'm not supposed to know that. I'm not supposed to know it got burned down once or twice or whatever. People were rebuilding it. I'm not supposed to know little kids were helping rebuild it or something. I mean, I've heard some rumors about that Hazuki residency in the Kanagawa prefecture of Japan. Yeah, I've heard some stuff about it. It's supposed to be my house, you could say, I guess. And Ryuzuki is supposed to be American. Well, they don't just tell you that. You notice how I look like this guy? My eyebrows look like Shenmue. My face does. Well, oh, that's supposed to be me. Area, there, supposed to be me. But it's like, just because I might have a look like a picture or like a guy from that video game doesn't mean, oh, that's me. But what makes this person me is that they copied my looks, they copied my fight choreography from my class training, and then they copied my body structure and even the way I would dress to such an extent that they created Ryu Hazuki from me. Now, no one wants to say that or claim that officially in Sega. I don't think they want to officially claim that, really, because he's supposed to be the depiction of someone who's Japanese. Well, he could be the depiction of Chad too, I guess. You know, I mean, I don't know how to say it, but yeah. I'm Hispanic, and Chad from Bleach is Hispanic. He's Mexican, like me. Um, and then it's just this degree had certain claims about it. And there's even more going into this Inuyasha too, that there's correlations, is what I'm trying to really throw out there here. There's like things that are in relation to something else that um it's like a bizarre thing to think this for some people. They think, oh, that guy's really crazy. He's so delusional. He's so nuts to think this. Well, there's reasons why I would believe this stuff, but when you make something, like when you create like a story, when you create like a maybe even a video game or a story or something, maybe that story came from something else that was composed and created a real story that some that like maybe they are stemming off of some person's life, that some of these events were true. You see what I'm saying? So Shenmue to me is like that, and so is Inuyasha, and so is perhaps like other claims I might kind of touch on. But you know look at I want to give an example here. Look at Henry Ford. You know Henry Ford. Now, I've worked for a Ford Motor Company, and I have a Ford Motor Company family. My family's worked there all their lives. Who created the car? Was it someone who was Japanese, or was it someone who was American? He was American. He was Henry Ford, and he created the automobile, just like Thomas Edison created the light bulb. Now, I come from cities that are nearby Dearborn, Michigan, and there's a museum about these claims about Henry Ford and Thomas Edison. So, um, that's what I'm trying to say here. Uh, okay, so Henry Ford, what I'm trying to say also is that if he created the first car, the automobile, which is the Model T, and it became the first car. Now, how many cars were made after that? Do you know that the people in Germany make really good cars too? And do you know that people in Japan also make really good cars? And maybe uh, other countries you could say too, like England, make really good cars or automobiles or automobiles. Notice they said or automobiles. So, companies like Lexus, Toyota, Mazda, whatever. Some of these car companies, like even Mazda, is part of Ford Motor Company, but it's Japanese. But we own Mazda, Ford Motor Company, and we did used to own Jaguar, and we owned some other companies too, like Land Rover. I don't know if we still own Land Rover. We might Fords, but that's just me talking about the automotive industry. Now, I did work for the automotive industry briefly, but I don't know if that's where I would go back or whatever, but what I'm trying to claim here is uh truths about my conversation, in general too. Um so this is what I'm saying, like just because cars are great and more special in Germany or Japan or England or whatever, they might be more special to some people, like these luxury cars like Range Rover, Land Rover, or the Italian ones, Ferrari, Bugatti, Lamborghini. We've got a lot of cars that people will buy on the market. And this is what I'm saying. Uh, Karate can be done by really good too by people from Europe, and it's not just someone coming from Japan where it was originated, or China or Korea. Karate originated in different countries. So I'm saying, uh, you know, we're one planet, we're one world, and we've got other people in the world that might resemble other people from other countries too. So, you know, you can use your mind to create and make believe with whatever you want to believe. But that's just what I'm trying to say here is you know, figure it out yourself because Shenmue it's it's a video game, but it is to me it is fictional and parts of it are stemming from truths in my life that may be non-fictional, you see. And I know there's a disclaimer, but this disclaimer to me is stemming from some truths in my life that may be non-fictional, and that's why I claim that because uh like you see me doing these moves for Shenmue. I'm not just some random guy that was trained karate really well and I can still do this or naturally can just do this. I am naturally can be doing this naturally. That's I was saying I wasn't, but I am. I just didn't mean to say that. See, so I can naturally do karate, and that's why I just came in, when I was a teenager and was really, really good at, the martial arts at the time. Um, so, so that's how this character of Shenmue came about. But I just, uh, I've never went to Japan and I've never went outside this country. You know, some people I want to say, uh, may think that I look like Elvis Presley, and maybe I do. Maybe I remind some people of Elvis Presley. Well, that's another interesting point or fact I want to make. Now, I've got people in my family that even went to concerts of, Elvis, but that's like, uh, I don't know, like, I've been through so many different things in my life that for me to travel the world, you know, and be this Shemu guy, I don't know if that is practical for me now because the way my life has been, not collecting my royalties, not being respected as the Shemu guy, not being acknowledged as this. And, I haven't lived like a life where I travel and I'm a cool, cool, cool guy. Like I haven't lived that kind of life. I might seem like a really cool guy, an interesting guy on the internet too to some people, but uh, my life has been like a life of deprivation in some ways because I've been financially suffering. And for me to have an agreement with my karate teacher that I would be given royalties, and then I don't know if I signed so many waivers or disagreements on a contract or agreements on a contract. And when I said disagreements was because probably he had me sign some stuff that I didn't agree to, really. But he's just here, sign it. And then he goes on his way or whatever. But uh, you're supposed to have a parent or guardian present because I'm not quite sure what I signed, but I don't even know if there's proof of that around now. It's been so many years, and then people just cover this up about Shenmue. So um, I'm not really wanting to divulge this, but I did do something great with my life. I was given a degree for it, a document that is undocumented, and then, I don't get to reap what I sold into that karate class. You could say that like that. Because I did all these things for that class, I did all these things for the video game industry. I didn't get to collect on what I did. No. It's like somebody else took what I did and they enjoyed what I did. They got to, live that kind of life of pleasure and the finer things. And what do I get? I get to suffer because what? I don't want to say people are like racist. I don't want to say people are discriminating. I don't want to say people are just, plain jerks or like asses or something, but what am I supposed to think? I don't know what to think of it. It's just that I'm not treated like a human being. I'm not treated as equal as someone else. And that's why I don't want to say discrimination, but what am I supposed to say? Deny discrimination? Deny people can be racist? Deny people can be discriminated against a disability or something? But that's just the way the world is. And the real world doesn't want to acknowledge this about themselves. So what do I say? Nothing. You just have to let it go, let it be. And that's, like people do what they do. And some people get away with crime. They get away with things in the legal system. And the legal system just turns a blind eye. The police will turn a blind eye. And then what? they're better. What you know, I just that's why, you know, I am coming online and letting people know the way I really am visualizing this this Shenmue, because you know this will be the title. How I visualize the reality of what I did. How would I say it? My the what would I say? Maybe I don't want to say my vision, because that's like taking the words from Mr. Yu Suzuki. Because Mr. Yu Suzuki, they talk about how his vision for Shenmue, or you know, I'll just say this. Um, I'm gonna. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. A composed video of correlation to Shenmue. And thank you. I'm Retro Suzuki 81.